Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to show you the Crook build that I have, and basically how it's actually quite nice. It's a bit of an armor dodge hybrid, which you don't normally see, and I really think it's quite good, not for death sentence, but for anything below that. It's honestly, in my opinion, better than running a pure dodge build. So let's take a look. So we'll see. This is what I have stat-wise. We'll just take a quick look at that. I have 136 armor, which is pretty solid, and I have low detection risk. I have the speed because I'm only wearing a lightweight ballistic vest, and I still have 45% dodge, and I also have 30% crit chance. So let's see how I can get there. We'll start off by saying, all right, if we just take a typical dodge build, we'd be running rogue. And we'd have 50 dodge just from that. We'd get another 10 from our skills. That would be 60, and then we'd have 70 and we're sprinting. Now, that's a solid amount of dodge, but let's see what Crook can do for us. So we'll equip Crook instead. And we'll notice right away, it gives us 15% dodge. Then it gives us another 5% and 20% armor. But those require us to wear a ballistic vest. And then we get another 10% dodge and 20% armor if we're wearing a ballistic vest. And finally, we get another 10% dodge, and we get 25% more armor with ballistic vests. So all of these here are boosting our armor and dodge if we wear some sort of ballistic vest. And finally, we get some armor recovery. So if we don't wear a ballistic vest, of course, then we don't have much dodge and we don't have much armor. Now, if you're doing rogue, you have 20 armor, anything will one-shot your armor, more or less. But we're doing Crook. And if we take even the lightweight ballistic vest here, we now have 82 armor, and we're sitting on 35 dodge. We could also go for the normal ballistic vest or the heavy ballistic vest. Each of those will give us more armor, but 5 less dodge because the vest itself reduces dodge. Now, just for comparison, and this is what I find so amazing about this build, if we looked at the combined tactical vest, that would give less armor, and 0 dodge, mind you, than the heavy ballistic vest with the Crook build. So Crook is really pulling up these ballistic vests compared to some other build just wearing this. Now here's the base amount for the improved combined tactical vest. This will normally be, over 200 because you'll have Iron Man as well to get it. So you never actually see this value, but you're getting quite a bit of armor here. But we can do even better than that. We'll equip this for now. And you'll see, all right, we have our 35% dodge, 82 armor, but we can do much better than that. So let's go back to my semi-dodge crits build. You'll notice we're wearing the lightweight ballistic vest, but we have 136 armor and 45 dodge. So how do we get that? Here we just have Inspire because Inspire is nice to have. You don't need to have this. You can put these points somewhere else. Also, this deck, this Crook doesn't have any healing, so you might want something to heal, for example, Hostage Taker. That's also up to you, but taking some converts here will allow you to heal, so that's why I have it in here. Where it starts getting interesting is here basically our armor tree. Now, if we ace Die Hard, we get another. This is a flat 20, not a percentage, but we get 20 more armor on our ballistic vest that we're going to be taking because Crook benefits from ballistic vests greatly. That's already a good thing that we should definitely be going for. And if we're already in this tree, acing this, we can get a couple other nice things, like Bullseye for armor gating, but we can also get Iron Man Basic, which gets us another 30% more on our armor. Now, we have no use for the improved combined tactical vest in this build because Crook doesn't benefit from that. But this 30% more is what's getting us up to the 136. And that's a really solid amount of armor. Now, what else do we need to do on this build? We need to get our dodge up some more. Now, any dodge build should probably be running here Duck and Cover Aced to get 10% more when you're sprinting. And most dodge builds will have Sneaky Bastard, either basic or aced to get another 10% dodge as long as their detection rate is low enough. Now here I've only done the basic, which means my detection rate needs to be under 5, which it is. It's 4 right now. That I've done so that I have enough skill points to get Inspire and so on. if you want basically a greater freedom to choose weapons, to have more weapons to choose from, then you might want to pull some skill points from elsewhere to ace this. And you can go detection rate up to 25 to still get the full bonus. However, we have some things here that can help with our concealment to keep the detection rate low. In our pockets, we have a melee weapon in our basically our weapon butt, so that's 2 free concealment there. And of course, we're going to be wearing a ballistic vest, so that's another 4 concealment right there. Now, if we're already going to go for the low detection rate, then we might as well get low blow for crits as well. And it's the same threshold here. We haven't aced either of these. If you're going to ace, you either want to ace both or neither. And we're getting a bit more concealment from silencers. And we're going to get 30% crit rate as well. So essentially with all of this, we have 30% chance to crit, we have 45 dodge or 55 for sprinting, and we have 136 armor. And then you have a few more skill points that you can put somewhere else too. And as said, if you want more weapon choices, then you might want to ace these. Maybe you don't want to run Inspire. Something like that. So let's just quickly look at the weapons as well. I'm running the Brothers Grimm with fire ammo. There are other things you could run, but these are modded mostly for concealment. And fire can crit. That's, I think, mainly the reason why I chose it. And it does a fair amount of crowd control if you can set people on fire. And then we have the Headler submachine gun, which I picked because it has a high concealment and it can be used to deal with dozers, for example. But there are other things you can choose, especially if you go and invest more skill points so that you don't have to keep your detection risk quite so low. But finally, let's just close by taking a look at this again. So the reason why this is viable on anything other than Death Sentence is because on Death Sentence, the enemies deal so much damage that they'll one-shot your suit, but they'll also one-shot this. But if you're not on Death Sentence, then this is essentially a failsafe when your dodge fails. Now, even the best dodge builds, if you're running Rogue, will fail sometimes, and this here is a good failsafe so that when the dodge RNG screws you over, you're not down. Plus, you're running almost sort of like a half armor build, still at full speed. That's the other really nice thing here. So now, I'll quickly show you two. You could run the ballistic vest or even the heavy ballistic vest here for 175 armor. That's really a lot, but you would lose out on dodge because this is minus 10 compared to here. And you'd also lose out a bit more because this affects your detection risk if you actually equipped it. And your speed would, of course, be somewhat slower. It's not too much slower. But you could even run that. You'd still be dodging a third of the shots, and you'd be sitting on as much armor as this combined improved tactical vest has as a base level. Of course, when you actually have it, it has even more. That being said, I would say lightweight ballistic vest, solid amount of armor, over 50% dodge if you're sprinting, solid speed, and we are getting our crits as well. So that's all. I just want to show off this build. I would say if you're not running Death Sentence, this is honestly quite a good dodge build. And probably better than running pure dodge. So thanks for listening, and that's all for today.